Hello, today I'd like to introduce you to Report Distributor by BIAnalyst, an SAP Netweaver BW add-on to distribute reports as XML, PDF, CSV or compiled version files to report users by mail or sent to printer or local drives or shared file drives. Before you can start, or you may download the tool at BIAnalyst.de, go to Product and click on the 30-day unlimited version. As it said, it's 30-day unlimited full version. After 30 days it will kill itself, but every setting you did can be used in the final version. Just give us a call and we either extend the test and demo version for additional days, or we register your version as a full version if you like. After installation you will see a little logo with bird configuration. If you double click it, you will see the standard screen of the BI report distributor with its setting. If you click on main setting, is the first thing you have to do, where you have to maintain your settings. You will see all available SAP systems similar and like your SAP logon pad, so whatever is in your login will be available over here as well. To define a system to be used for report distributor, just select and highlight the item like I do over here. Select the version like 7.x, click on test connection. Now the system will indicate by green light, okay, this is reachable. Click on add system and this will add the system like it's been done over here as well. Next step is to provide your user settings. Just type in client, your username, credentials, your desired login language. Keep in mind, Report Distributor is capable of supporting all installed languages. That means you can either distribute a report in English language, the same report in German language, or Italian, or French, whatever you desire. If your user credentials are maintained, click on Test Connection to see if the system and your user is usable. It will be indicated by a little green icon over here. Report Distributor can be maintained by several users in your environment, in your company. That means the users can leave their credentials over here. They will be stored, encrypted, so nobody, even not us, can read the passwords. And the administrator can later on just execute the Report Distributor tool by process chain or manual batch jobs, and all the reports maintained by local users can be executed and shipped and sent as desired. Next step is to maintain your global parameters. It will be detected automatically where your SAP add-ins like 3.x or 7.x are running. Just select your default printer, like whatever fax or PDF. Select your PDF creator. We support Adobe Acrobat Distiller and GhostScript. In my case, I'm using 64-bit version of GhostScript. And set up and to select your PDF creator or PDF printer. If you like to include Report Distributor within your process chain, you can do it either at the end of a chain when all data is loaded to make sure data is in fine status and can be distributed in forms of reports to the end reporting users, or Report Distributor can totally be included in your process chain and it can trigger regular SAP-BW events and its parameters maintainable in transaction SM64. So Report Distributor is like a part of your BW. It tightly integrates within your complete environment. With an email configuration, you can maintain the default email subject and the mail body. If you like to distribute your reports to reporting users by email, then this will be the default text, but it can be done individually as been shown later on. To provide yourself or your administrator with an error log in case of errors, you can maintain a single email address over here, like your SAP admin group or whatever, and in case Report Distributor is having any errors due to missing workbooks, not executable workbooks, not executable queries or whatever, the error log will be sent by email to your admins. No error message, good message. The Report Distributor is working fine. Just maintain your SMTP settings to have the system access your mail system. Log file settings, here can provide the information how you like to see your log files, what kind of details should be included, and when to create new log files. After all, save and close, and you're done with the main settings. Next step is to configure your workbooks. As you can see over here, already 2 workbooks are maintained. Whenever you open a workbook, Report Distributor will automatically detect all variables being used in your desired query or workbook. If you like to create a new one, just click on New. The system will open a well-known dialog similar to the BEX environment. So you see the history, its favorites, role. So it's totally, like I said, it's totally integrated within SAP. Select, for example, your 3 months top 10 dash. Click on Select. Now the system will start Excel. Log in onto BW silently, automatically by the credentials you provided. Logging in automatically, loading the workbook, detecting variables, and displaying the variables over here. If there are multiple sheets within your workbook, it will be on display over here, same as for data providers. After that, save and close. The final and last step for the regular report distribution is click on the report configuration. So you see 2 reports are already on display over here. If you like to delete something, just delete the item. If you like to select a new one, click on New. And in our case, we like to have this lastly added version of report, the 3 months top 10. Select it. Now the only thing you have to do is you have to define if you like to run the report and check the little icons over here. Everything is on graphical way. I like to execute the report. I like to have a local XLS file. I have to have a local PDF and a local CSV file. For example, if you like to distribute just the data for, let's say, a subsidiary is not using SAP-BW and they have the need for data, or you like to provide specific query data to your vendors. For specific queries, I could call it January 2014 as prefix, edit with date, for example, or time, whatever you desire. In case you have variables, they will be indicated over here. If variables are mandatory, you will see a little checkbox over here. Then you have to maintain the variables, otherwise you cannot use the report distributor. Because report distributor is bypassing all the pop-ups, you have to maintain the settings. You can use variable, you can use the low value, you can use high values. If it's based on calendar day, calendar month, you can use this kind of offset. You're familiar with SAP, for example, actual calendar day -1 is a previous day, or actual calendar month -1 is a previous month, and so on. If you have the need for a pre-query, like in BW or like in SAP Broadcaster, you can use pre-queries. For example, you like to run a report, you like to set filters for customer number and only for the top 10 customers. Then you can define a pre-query over here. Which one is a pre-query? What is a column to provide, for example, material number or customer number to feed the original query? Just set it up over here. Same for external sheet. You can use external sheets. That means instead of defining your reports here by clicking through the menu, it's a single Excel file, an Excel sheet that can be maintained, where you can use copy and paste functionality to maintain several hundreds or thousands of reports, or have it maintained by your end users. Put that file on a shared drive, have end users maintaining their queries and their filter variables, and just execute the report distributor with those settings. So we're set for this little demo. The only thing I have to do is click on Save. The last thing I like to mention here is I have compilations. Compilations mean, for example, for management reports, SAP Broadcaster, in case you're running 20, 30, 40 reports, will create 20, 30, 40 individual emails. or 20, 30, 40 individual files on your whatever selected drive. Report Distributor is capable of combining as much reports as you like in a single file. Imagine a manager who likes to see data from financial, data from controlling, data from sales and delivery in a single management workbook. So what you can do is you define a new compilation, say okay, I like to have this report, a small chart demo within the report, and I like to see the source sheet table, and I like to have the January report, and the January report should be on the first page. So you can create a local PDF, for example, and save this combination. I won't run it, but whatever you define over here can be executed. Some of our customers are running Report Distributor with several thousand reports per month, and one big company is running a management PDF compilation with 50 pages. So just to give you an idea, a very great thing, especially for controller, is this little icon over here. What you can do is you can select whatever Excel file you have to be shared and included in your compilation. So you can use your local Excel files to enrich your reporting. For example, you're a controller and you have a handmade Excel file, you like to have it included in your management or in your distribution, just enter it over here, so you can combine BW data and non-BW data in the same way. So after you finish your maintenance, the only thing you have to do is just schedule Report Distributor by process chain or single batch jobs, or as I do in my little demo, click on Run. What will happen now is, as you can see over here, I'm running in debug mode to show you. The system now is executing the workbooks, creating the first report, providing and first retrieving the workbook from BW, providing filter values, executing the settings you maintain, like save it as Excel file, save it as PDF file or a CSV file, then close the workbook and start with the next one. Like I said, this screen over here and the little information will be passed to the log, and it's not on display in the regular execution mode, so it won't harm your screen, or it won't, let's say, disturb your work, your daily work, if you run the Report Distributor locally. Like mentioned, you can run it locally. That means you can have several versions distributed to your controllers, and they can trigger it manually if they like to, and all the basic jobs you do every week and every month over and over again are a bit of the past. After Report Distributor has been executed, just click on the Explorer, and in the desired output file you'll see the just created CSV files, the report. Like if I open that report as XLS file, it's exactly the file you stored on BW. Like mentioned, after opening the report, this is a valid BW report. It's if you distribute it and your, let's say, receiving user is having a valid SAP user, what you can do is just right click and refresh. So as you can see, this functionality is still valid within the SAP environment, even if you distribute your workbook via the Report Distributor. Important to mention in case of using portrait or landscape, in my case I'm using the landscape mode, and you can see everything you have on screen is on screen over here. Important to say is, for example, this report is not properly maintained in the Excel file. In my case, I forgot to set it up in a proper way, and the result is as in Excel. It's a first page, and the system will click the charts or whatever data. So make sure that Excel settings are properly maintained, so the PDF will look great. Same for the CSV file. Whatever you have on the data area will be displayed as CSV as well. So you can select whatever is in the file will be the output for the information over here.